Hello everyone, this is Fane. Some of you may know that this base right here has been griefed about a week or so ago. So, to take advantage of that, may as well do a base tour on it. I never actually done a base tour of any kind on this server. So this would be kind of like a first to me. So basically how this base was griefed, there was some guild drama between Enthusiast and Stonestead. I won't get too much into the details of what actually happened. I don't think it's really that important to stay in here. But basically, because of that, those issues, we ended up griefing a lot of Stonestead's major bases. And then in retaliation, Stonestead as well as SKC came to raid this base. So, which is why it's currently in ruins. After just starting it about a week or two prior to the grief. So it really didn't last too long. But this is actually a reprisal of an old base from about 2022. And I'll say that the guild did a pretty great job at restoring it. I wouldn't even say former glory. It's way surpassed to what it was before. But originally, this was even an enthusiast base. This was actually an imperial base. The base founders were Golden MC, Sarah Nova Spring, GG, Cat, Peter, and Botany. At the time, they were kind of in limbo. Well, when they started this base, they weren't in Imperials. But at some point, Golden MC, Botany, and Peter joined that group, and therefore making this base an Imperial base. And they built a couple structures around the area, namely this one over here has lasted for quite a while. I'm surprised it's not that griefed at the moment. But due to some guild infighting and a huge betrayal by Wetsock, this base, amongst many other Imperial bases, were leaked. And it ended up being griefed by Architects and Armateth. So since then, the base has been abandoned. Fast forward a couple years, there was a project that I wanted to do with the guild. Since the reset was coming around, we thought that, hey, let's make a overground base. Something a little bit different from what we are used to. Because usually we just make underground bases or bases in the end. Shit like that. And after looking around, I was like, hey, might as well build upon Twin Peaks. It's not that grieved. It's overground base, and there's already a couple builds around. How about we just expand upon that? And the guild agreed to it. So shortly after, we got the cords and we found this location. Once the location was found, we brought all available members that would like to participate to this base. A mass reconstruction has happened. They cleaned up a couple lava casts, patched a couple holes, and then after all that is what began the building process. So this house that's right here is a house by Haku. Very talented builder, I must say. This is definitely one of my favorite builds when it, wasn't griefed. I'll probably show up some pictures of how this base used to look like prior to the grief. But yeah, this is the current state of it. The house that we were just on. This is Sarah Nova Springs' house. This house, her houses could never catch a break. They always seem to be griefed, and they always seem to never get finished. This is one of many of her houses that she builds at every base she goes to. And it seems like this one ultimately never got finished like the other ones. But it is a nice house, regardless of that. The griefing is not too bad, seeing as it was already griefed before and she hasn't made too much progress on it, so not too terrible. This area over here, this is built by Happy. He was cooking something here, but it looks nice. But yeah, bit griefed, but still pretty much intact. Not too bad. I kind of like it, but I don't know, kind of silly. Over here we have our very amazing trading hall. Wow, that's great. As you can see, it's not very efficient. Unlike some of the other trading halls on the server, it's kind of bare bones. The design is really lacking, but we really haven't changed much from the original design, so that's why it kind of looks very dated. Yeah, this is where we would have our villagers, get our trades, and stuff like that. We didn't really get much of it going. It didn't last too long to make it a proper trading hall. Oh, this is what we had. We had some enthusiast banners made by Haku. Actually, I believe the ones that are here were made by GG Cat, and Haku made a new banner. This was made by Golden MC. Not too sure what this is supposed to be, but it looks nice, I guess. And this building right here, I thought this was the Twin Peaks for a second, but apparently it was some jungle wood in the sky. I don't know, but this is definitely my favorite build here. I just like the design, how the gradient goes from black stone and then slowly turns into normal stone. It looks nice. I like the design of this. There wasn't a real use to this. It pretty much just had I don't know, it's just built for aesthetic, I'm guessing. This house, I believe, I don't believe this was made by Haku, but I don't really remember how this looked like before. I was away for like a day or two while this was made, and it got grief before I could really see what this was. Over here, we got another one of Haku's houses. Really nice house, I must say. A lot of design in the interior, has some good exterior design. Very nice. I can never build houses like these. I always struggle. Yeah, looks pretty neat. And the one next to it is my house. I couldn't even finish it. I spent so long trying to get a design, put it together. It was turning out all right, and just for it to get griefed. So that's disheartening, but it's whatever. Then I got the storage room I was planning on working on, sign with nothing on it. This is when I really started to pick up my building process for this area, but it was cut short, unfortunately. The next house, I believe, is... Oh, this one's also Haku's. Never got finished. It was grief just a bit before the grief happened. I'll save this for a little later. And this thing right here is orbit space. Not too sure what he was cooking up here, but I mean, I could see the vision. It probably just needed to be finished, but we will never know how this would have looked like. I wasn't a big fan of this. It took up a lot of space. It was really close to my house, and it was really close to the castle over there. But I would have been very interested to see how this would have turned out. But I do like how spacious it is in here. If it does feel spacious and cozy, if that makes sense. He was also making a bridge for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but that never got done. And a couple cubes over here. Yeah, not too sure what this guy had planned. Hopefully for a future project, we could do something like this again. All right. And up here, I believe it's Doodle's base. Is this? Yes, this is Doodle's base. It's very similar in the aesthetic to Haku's build. Well, pretty much all the builds around here. Again, looks very nice. Lot of detail. And he dug out this entire area back here to further expand his build. So I was very curious to see what he's gonna do back here. And this over here was gonna be Tusk's massive build. I'm assuming it was gonna be a castle of some sort. I was really looking forward to seeing this one. But he hasn't really made a lot of progress on it, even though it's been a couple weeks. But yeah, hopefully next project you finish it. And this build over here is Io's build. Not too sure what this is about. Very interesting room. I like the design here, but I'm not too sure what's going on here. Especially since it was in the center of Tusk's build, but I mean, it doesn't really matter too much now. And down here, we have a pond that Ainsley has been working on. Very nice looking pond. Very cool. And over here, there was a custom mountain that he was also working on, which would have also had a path from the main town down here. So pretty much the goal for Twin Peaks was just to continuously expand without stopping. Just expand until we get bored, pretty much. Back here we have Hawkins build. Didn't get too far, but it does look pretty nice. Yeah, not too much happening here. And now I believe that's pretty much all all the builds that's around. Now let's check out the castle. All right. So this is the Imperial Castle. Not grief, defined build. Twin Peaks Castle, dedicated to the Mr. Epic. Imperial Fortress, former. This guy. So this was the Imperial Castle. Built by Golden MC, I believe. I don't know if he had help with this or he did this by himself. But yeah, this is it's a very simple, but it's a very nice castle. I really like this one. I didn't want to tear this down even though it is an Imperial build, but I don't know, it's a big piece of history for this base, and it does suck to see it griefed a bit, but it's still in pretty decent shape. I mean, the grief wasn't too bad overall. I really expected this to be decimated, but yeah, not. There's still a bit of stuff laying around. So inside, pretty nice interior design. Nothing in the rooms. Even before the grief, there was nothing in the rooms really. Just a couple chests and random stuff. I fixed the staircase just for it to get griefed. Yeah, nothing really in the rooms. On the top of here, there was a Pyro Caesar's AFK bunker or whatever. Pyro Caesar is well, he was a leader of the Imperials for OG Network. He used to be super fucking larpy and very annoying. But it was very even though he was annoying, he was pretty entertaining to see in chat, just larping about the Imperials. And always trying to recruit people, even though he's probably one of the main reasons why the Imperials is, well, dead today. Aside from like about 1 or 2 players. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all for the tour. Yeah, and we didn't really get too far, unfortunately. The project really just lasted about like 12 days, not even. And hopefully for a future project we could do something like this again, because this has been very fun. Seeing everybody, every time I log on, there's a new build, and just constantly seeing players from the guild just working on something. It was very fun, very, very nice. So sucks that it was griefed, but it was bound to happen. It sucked that happened sooner rather than later, but it is what it is. It is a blessing in disguise that happened sooner, so we wouldn't have put too much effort into this just for it to get griefed, but yeah. That's pretty much all I got. I'll see y'all in the next one. I should be posting a video soon about a certain base grief, but there's already been a couple of videos on that, so I'm not too sure if I'll go through with posting the video, since I don't want to make the same content as a couple other guys. So let's see. If anything, I'll be posting something else, but yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one, I guess. See ya.